So I don't know why the check engine light just came on. We went to Burger King. Usually when I drop Kaden off at Taekwondo here, we just grab something light, something really small, just a snack. And I heard a dunk. I don't know what that was. I know there's been a rash of catalytic converters being cut out. I haven't looked. But I do want to get a plate made for mine, but I need to change my whole exhaust system anyway. I've had this exhaust system pretty much since I got the truck. I put a new one in when I got it, and I'll probably end up doing a new one pretty soon anyway. So if that were to happen, then that would just push me to actually doing that. And I'd probably want to go a bit louder too. I'm already loud with my colors. Why not be loud with the muffler? There's no sneaking around for me. But I do want to get in and make sure that this engine light is taken care of. I do know I need an oil change. The last guys that changed it, they didn't have a sticker for it. And 226. So I might be okay. But before I go on a long road trip, I'd rather get the oil changed anyway. So I want to get all that booked. So let's get her in. Let's get her fixed. So as you can see, part of my lights are out. They kind of go in, they kind of go off, on. But basically from about 120 up, those lights are gone. Let's see, they just came on. So they're flickering. And at night, that flickering really bugs me. Now, I could change that. The only problem is that when they redid my heater core, it means the whole dash comes out. And in doing that, that means that my new light control that I put in has to come out. But when they put this in, they glued it in. So I don't know what they glued it in with. I don't want to take this out because I might rip something, tear something. So I want to let them do this because this piece and this piece are two separate pieces. And in order to get the dash cluster out, I have to take this whole section out. This comes out to get into that. So I've got to have them do that in order for that to be done properly. Now, these LED lights, I don't know if it's just cheap or what, but these lights they over here tend to blink as well sometimes. So I've got to get in here. This one I can do myself and change. This one, same thing. So I've got to order some new lights because if I tap on it, sometimes it will come on. But I've taken this off. I've tried fixing both of these ones because there's 3 lights here, 1, 2, and 3. This one I haven't touched for a while. These ones I've tried working on and they don't seem to work. So I've got to fix them with maybe a light that actually works, whether they're built cheaply or not. I need something that's got some quality that I don't have to keep going through and pulling out lights and changing them all the time. So that's what I want to know. Then I can get these lights ordered because I changed them all out to LED and I changed them all out to blue. So because I didn't like the green. So anyway, let's get to it. So we are at Langley Chrysler. I've had some heat issues, not heat issues, sorry, because that's such a thing in my head lately. Number one, I'm in for an oil change. Number two, when they did the heat, they glued on that top piece, which I asked them to do, but I can't remove the cluster now without wrecking anything, so I want to make sure that they can do that because they know how they put it together. And then number three, I've got a check engine light that came on, which is a speed sensor, and that speed sensor affects how it's driving right now. So I'm just going to wait for, or have them fix that, and then we'll be all good for the truck running. So I'm glad to get it in. The oil change we get done because we got a trip coming up, a couple trips coming up, and I think it's about time. And then get the speed sensor fixed as well at the same time. And those lights, perfect. But I've started taking it to a place that, you know, I can finally trust. They stand behind their work, and I'm not going to have all the issues that I had at the other place. So it might cost me a little bit more sometimes, but at least I know they stand behind their warranty. So that's important to me. I need a haircut. Oh, my hair's getting too long. Don't laugh. So the truck is still in the shop. They had to order the speed sensor, which I thought they would have done that, but it means I had to come back for a second time. I've got to find this vehicle. Oh, they gave me a loaner because I got to go pick up Caden and then I can come back. They're working on the lights. I think it's that one. They're working on the lights for the cluster. He's having some issues. Same thing I had. And there it is. Once they get that fixed, we can leave. But I have to set a date to come back to get that stuff, the speed sensor actually fixed. So I did tell them what it was, but you know, sometimes they like to do their own tests, which is fine. I'd rather them do that. So, ooh, it's hot in here. Let's get this thing started. So I'm heading down to Langley Chrysler to get my water pump replaced and the speed sensor. I did take off the React system because it's a piece of crap and doesn't work properly. It actually shifted me down to the crawl and I couldn't actually shift out of that. So I've removed that, and I do notice a big difference in response time for that as well. So. Hey Bree, does this count as a tiny waterfall? Just curious. So I've just dropped the truck off. I'm waiting for a ride. The water pump's getting replaced and the speed sensor. I did talk to them about the cluster that they spent 3 to 4 hours on and couldn't figure out what it was. It took me 45 minutes. They couldn't diagnose the issue. It took me 5 minutes to diagnose the issue. But like she said, they're used to OEM parts, not aftermarket parts. I'm not used to any parts, but I figured it out. So, I don't know. To me, is what it is, but at least she's going to cover some of those costs. Now that'd be a nice new ride. So when the lady called me yesterday to confirm my appointment, she's like, and we can get you in for a quote on your vehicle, whether we do a trade-in or an upgrade. And I'm like, you can't upgrade what I've got. I mean, the truck, yes, but everything else, you can't put a price on that. I was trying to calculate everything the other day, and there's a lot into that truck. Thanks to sponsors, some of that's me, throughout the years as well. So, you know, I'm happy with my truck. I'm sure I might have some maintenance here and there to do, but again, it is what it is, and I'm not going to change that for anything. I'm just waiting for a ride right now. Well, the truck's still here, obviously. It's behind me. But yeah, I'm just waiting for a ride, and then they'll take this thing in and work on it. She says about a 3/4 days worth of work. The water pump takes a bit of time to do. So I'm just hoping this is it for a while, until fall with new tires. So, or summer, we'll see how it goes. It's not one thing, it's another. pick up my truck, ready to pull out, waiting for a lady. Anyway, she couldn't park. Ready to pull out, and the engine light comes back on. So I just turn around and park it. Obviously, they didn't take it for a test drive. Anyway, they're trying to figure out what the issue is. He thinks it might be something else, some wiring issue. It's on them. I don't know. They wired it, so I wait. So I just got back. I've got a loaner truck right now, 2021, is it, Kaden?
Yep.
Well, my vehicle, they're trying to figure out what the wiring issue is. They changed the speed sensor. But when I went to drive out of the lot, number one, the check engine light came on and it already was sputtering. So I was getting that before was you go step on a kind of jerk, which was the speed sensor. So now they're just trying to trace some wiring. But I guess everyone's off at 4 o'clock. I don't know. So they're keeping it overnight and they're going to do some work on it tomorrow. I've got the loaner to run around and do stuff. So that makes me feel a little bit better. But yeah, hopefully we can get that part resolved. I'm trying to find a sandblaster right now for my seats. You'll see what that's all about. And yeah, let's see what tomorrow brings. So I'm actually in a 3500. They put me in this Ram 3500. It's a 2021. Not bad. I like it. So just getting Caden off to school, got some running around to do, got some work to do, and then hopefully get my truck back today.
He's alive.
So I just called in regards to my truck because I still haven't heard today. And it's not the speed sensor, which is confusing because that's what the code came up as. It's the PCM board. So the problem is they don't make those boards for my year of truck anymore. So I have to order an aftermarket one, which will take about a month, 2 to 4 weeks. Or I order a used one. Since I need it and I'm heading to the States the next couple weeks, I've ordered a used one. Speeds it up a little. There's no warranty with that, so if something happens, I'm out $200 for labor. 200, 250, something like that. But they took the speed sensor out, so I'll get a credit for that, apply it to the new one. But hey, I won't have to replace this for a while if it works. The frustrations of owning a older, used, because it's used by me, vehicle. Right?
Right.
Not always easy. So I got my truck back. I'm still in not limp mode, but I'm still waiting for my part. But the loaner truck that they gave me was going to go into limp mode in about 10 kilometers. So I can't really drive that anywhere. So I figure, you know what? If I give it back, they're probably not going to give me one. So I may as well drive this around for a bit. I'm only going to drive locally. I'm not doing any off-roading, anything, unfortunately. But at least I've got something to get me around and to get me to places in the meantime. So all I know is that part that they've ordered is now in Toronto. So that being said, that should be a week, maybe 2. But we'll have to see. So we'll see what happens here. But now I get the truck back and I have no gas. So I've got to just pull in and get some gas here. One thing, it's another. Perfect. I'll be down there. Thank you. I will give the shuttle guy a call. Okay, thanks. Okay, bye. So my truck is done. I am ready to go get it. I've been just, I need to get out. I need to get out into the woods. I need to get some dirt under my tires. It's been too long. So I've got to give this guy a call, have him come pick me up, get my truck. Problem is, I've got stuff this weekend, so maybe on Sunday I can get out onto a dirt road and just feel that dirt. I need it. I just need to find a river, something, just, yeah. Let's get down there. So I'm excited. Thank you to the dealership for fixing this. The radiator was cracked. That they fixed under warranty. Unlike the other shop, I didn't have to complain. I didn't have to write a review. I didn't have to argue about it. It was fixed. That I appreciate. They take care of me. And that is what's important. Somebody that's going to take care of you. Having spent a bit more money on trying to get this fixed sucks. But now, besides some, fluids and oil and stuff like that, I should be good. But again, it is an older truck. I know things are going to break down and will need to be replaced. So the PCM module that was replaced is, it's hard to see in there. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. It's right in there.